In earthworm and in leech direct development. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, Ranika.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me. First, eucoelomate group.
Platyhelminthes.
Annelida.
Yes, sir.
First, triploblastic animus.
That is platyhelminthes.
Platyhelminthes. In dash group of animals, we can observe hooks and suckers for attachment.
Platyhelminthes.
Platyhelminthes. Dash animals have only muscular pharynx. Aschelminthes.
Yes, sir.
In which group of animals segmentation is present?
Aschelminthes.
Annelida, Arthropoda, Chordata. Right. What are the stinging cells in Nidaria? Nidoblast cells. They have a cyst called nematocyst. Next, Evelyn.
Yes, sir.
What are the locomotive structures in Nereis?
Parapodia.
And locomotive structures in earthworm?
Is it the circular and longitudinal muscles?
Setae.
Setae. Okay.
Setae. In all, the circular and longitudinal muscles help in locomotion.
Yes, sir.
Right. Dash is the largest phylum.
Arthropoda.
In which group body is covered by chitinous exoskeleton?
Arthropoda.
And what are the excretory structures in arthropods?
Malpighian tubules.
And the type of fertilization in arthropoda?
Internal.
And example for gregarious pest?
Locust.
And economically important insects?
Apis, bombyx, and lacifer.
Laxifer.
Lacifer. Yes, sir.
And then first diploblastic animals.
Nidaria.
Dash animals can be cut into equal halves through any plane.
Radial symmetry.
One plane.
Bilateral.
And no division into two equal halves.
Asymmetrical.
Example for asymmetry.
Porifera.
First time cephalization.
Platyhelminthes.
Free swimming animals exhibit dash type of symmetry.
Radial.
Bilateral. Sessile slow moving animals exhibit radial.
Yes.
Dash animals show radial symmetry in their adult stage.
Early stage.
Echinoderms. And then bioluminescence.
Ctenophora.
Locomotive structures in Ctenophora.
Tentacles. Not tentacles, the ciliated
comb plates.
Yes.
Number of rows of comb plates. Right. Next, Hrithwik. Are you ready, Amma?
Yes.
Right. Type of digestion in Porifera.
Porifera.
Internal.
Yeah.
Type of digestion in Nidaria.
Nidaria is
both extra and
internal. Both. Yeah.
What are the excretory structures in Annelida?
So.
Excretory structures in Annelida.
Structure.
Nephridia. And the parasitic annelid leech. Next, Charisha, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Right. What happened to your video?
So there's some network problem, sir.
Right, okay. Now tell me, scientific, what is the common name of pinnatula? Seapen, Gargonia, Seapan, Meandrina,
Brain coral.
brain coral. And in Nidiria, the cylindrical form is called.
Sir?
In Nidiria, the cylindrical sessile form is polyp form.
Polyp.
An umbrella-shaped free-swimming form,
Medusa.
medusa form. In which group we can find alternation of generation?
Uh, Porifera, sir.
Nidiria.
Dairy.
Peculiar system found in porifera.
Sir?
Peculiar system found in porifera. Canal system or water transport system. Now, in which cells of porifera intracellular digestion takes place? Choanocytes. What is the other name of choanocytes? Collar cells. Okay, ma?
Okay, sir.
All right. Next, mollusca. Phylum mollusca. Phylum mollusca. This is second largest phylum. Second largest phylum next to Arthropoda. Maybe aquatic or terrestrial. Aquatic or terrestrial. Now, coming to levels of organization. Organ system, triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, coelomates. And you can add one point, unsegmented. Unsegmented coelomates. Second largest phylum, aquatic or terrestrial. Organ system, triploblastic, bilateral symmetrical, unsegmented coelomates. Next, when you look at the body consists of head, foot, visceral hump or visceral mass. I must say, all visceral organs means internal organs are found in this mass. And muscular foot help in locomotion. Anteriorly, we can find a head with sensory structures like eyes, tentacles. And this visceral mass or visceral hump is covered by a spongy layer of skin. See, this is spongy layer of skin called mantle. And this mantle secretes, that means it produces a shell made up of calcium carbonate. Hence, it is given calcareous shell. Calcareous shell.
Sir, can you explain this again?
Yeah, I'll repeat. Total body divisions: head, foot, and visceral. Visceral means all visceral, heart, kidney, and other elementary canal. In all internal structures are confined to visceral mass. Now, who is this foot? Foot is a modified ventral belly-like structure. It's a belly, ventral body wall is modified into muscular foot. Anteriorly, there is a head with sensory structures like eyes and tentacles. So, a mollusk can move with the help of foot. And total visceral mass or visceral hump is covered by a loose spongy skin. Loose spongy skin called mantle. And that mantle secrete, that means it produces a shell made up of calcium carbonate. So the name given as calcareous. What is meant by calcareous? Calcareous means calcium carbonate shell.
Sir, so it secretes it towards the outside, sir?
Yeah, outside.
Okay, sir.
And between mantle and body wall, there is a space called mantle cavity, in which feather-like gills are present. Feather-like gills, which help in locomotion, which help in respiration and excretion. There are no special excretory structures. Excretion is also carried out by feather-like gills. Feather-like gills helping both respiration and excretion. Anteriorly, there is head with sense organs, and very, very, very important, buccal cavity is having a rasping. Rasping means a rough tongue, which can cut the food into small pieces. Actually, a rasping organ called radula. Very important. Radula is a modified tongue. Radula is a modified tongue. Radula is a modified tongue. See, imagine, look at here. This is a tongue with the rows of backwardly directed teeth. So it keeps the food material on a hard surface, and it can tear the food into small pieces.
Sir, can you explain it again?
Yeah. Actually, tongue is having backwardly directed teeth. See, tongue with backwardly directed teeth. Now, what they do? They keep the food at the base and moves the tongue towards the backside so that the food can be teared into small pieces. And this part is called rasping organ. So peculiar to molluscans. And then sexes separated, fertilization external, development is indirect. Development is indirect.
So fertilization is
Fertilization external. Fertilization external, it is given they are oviparous. And the development is indirect. And the development is indirect.
Sir, can you explain the function of those feather gills again?
Feather-like gills help in respiration and excretion. I'll repeat the entire points once again. This is the second largest phylum, both aquatic and terrestrial. Levels coming to levels: organ system, triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical coelomates. Coming to body divisions: head, foot, and visceral mass. Foot help in locomotion, and the entire visceral mass is covered by a loose, spongy skin that secrete a shell towards the outer surface. Now, what is the advantage of secreting shell? Number one, protection. Now, what is the advantage of having a gap between mantle and body? As there is a gap between mantle and body, the animal can exhibit free movement. Suppose if the shell directly attaches to body surface, it cannot exhibit movement. Because of that reason, there is a gap between shell, mantle, and body wall. And the cavity between mantle and the body wall is called mantle cavity, in which feather-like gills are present, which help in both respiration and excretion. Ma, what is your doubt?
Sir, this mantle is present outside the visceral hump, sir.
Yeah, suppose, just imagine, this is our body. Generally, at the time of sleeping, we'll cover our total body by means of a blanket. Just imagine, blanket is nothing but mantle. That is a simple outgrowth from the dorsal surface of mantle. So from the dorsal surface of mantle, skin can project out. like this. Suppose this is skin. This is skin. See, it was stretched out and covers the total body, leaving a gap between mantle and body wall. What is the purpose of maintaining the cavity? For free movement. And the mantle from outside, it produces a shell called calcareous shell. Why it is called calcareous shell? It is made up of calcium carbonate. The head is having sense organs like eyes and tentacles. Buccal cavity has a rasping organ called radula. It's a feeding structure. Sexes separated. Fertilization external. Their oviparous and development is indirect. Look at the textbook examples. Phyla, apple snail. Pinctada, pearl oyster. Sepia, cuttlefish. Loligo, squid. Octopus, devilfish. Aplysia, sea hare. Dentalium, tusk shell. It looks like elephant tusk. And chiton, ketopleura. So these are the examples: Phyla, apple snail, pinctada, pearl oyster, sepia, cuttlefish, loligo, squid, octopus, devilfish, aplysia, sea hare, dentalium, tusk shell, chiton, ketopleura, or ketopleura chiton. Okay, ma? Next, coming to next phylum. Echinodermata. Echino means spiny, derma means skin. So spiny skinned animals. So first common name, spiny skin animals. And very, very important, they are all are marine, exclusive marine, like Ctenophora, complete marine. Coming to levels, organ system level, triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, in larva, but radially in adult. Very, very important. Next, coelomates. Spiny skin, all are marine. Organ system level of organization, triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical in larva, but in adults, they show radial symmetry. And coelomates. Next. Amma, when you look at the starfish, this is starfish. This is upper surface, lower part is lower surface. When you look at the starfish like this, inside view, this is upper view and this is side view. When you look at this inside view, it appears like this is central disc and these are arms. We are observing side view. And the skin consists of very important dermal ossicles. These are dermal ossicles. What are ossicles? Plates made up of calcium carbonate. So they're also called as calcium carbonate ossicles or plates. Very important. This is the true endoskeleton among invertebrates. First, true mesodermal endoskeleton is found in echinoderms. True mesodermal endoskeleton. And these ossicles, they give rise to spines. So all over the body, we have spines. So the name given as a spiny skinned animus. Spiny skinned animus. Spiny skinned animus. Spiny skinned animus. And next point. Mouth is on ventral surface or lower surface. And anus is on aboral or dorsal surface. This is mouth. Lower surface, anus on upper surface or dorsal. And one more thing. There is a peculiar system called water vascular system. Very, very, that is water transport. This is water vascular. Actually, there is an opening. Through this opening, water moves in and enter the circular canal at the center and move into the arms through radial canals. These are called radial canals. Provided with tube feet. Tube-like structures are present. with the help of tube feet. These are tube feet. Tube feet. That means like feet, they help in locomotion. Number 2, they help in collection of food. Number 3, as they are very thin, respiration and excretion takes place through the surface. So number 1, food collection. Number 2, locomotion. Number 3, respiration, excretion. Very, very important. They don't have special excretory structures. Excretory structures are absent. The same respiratory structures help in. Same respiratory structures help in excretion. I'll repeat once again. Spiny skin animals, exclusively marine, organ system, triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical in larva, but adults are pentaradial or radial, coelomates. They have dermal calcium carbonate plates called ossicles. They give rise to spines, the name given as echodermata. Mouth on lower or ventral surface, anus on dorsal or upper surface. There is a unique or peculiar system called water vascular. Their water transport. This is water vascular. What is vascular? They help like a circulatory system. And this part helping, this part provided with 2 feet helping locomotion, food collection, respiration, excretion. Next, sexes separate. Fertilization external, oviparous, and development is indirect. Indirect means they have larval stage. They have larval stage. Examples: asterias, starfish, echinus, sea urchin, echinus sea urchin, Antedon sea lily, Ophiura brittle star, Cucumeria sea cucumber, Cucumeria sea cucumber, Asteria starfish, echinus sea urchin, Antedon sea lily, Ophiura brittle star, Cucumeria sea cucumber.
Excuse me, sir.
Ah.
Sir, can you explain what are dermal ossicles again?
Dermal ossicles means these are the plates found in dermis of skin. I think you know epidermis, dermis are the 2 layers of skin. They're found in dermis, made up of calcium carbonate. As they are plate-like structures found in dermis, the name given as dermal ossicles. And these ossicles, besides giving support to the animal, they also produce spines for protection. As they're having spine all over the body, the name given as echinodermata. So is it possible to attain at 6 o'clock tomorrow?
So tomorrow we have a math class. Prasanna sir is taking at the same time from 5:30.
5:30 to
7.
7? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Then I have to take the same time, okay? All right, okay. Is it possible to join at 7 o'clock like that? Not possible.
So 7 to 8:30, right?
Hmm.
So can we keep it 7:05 something? Because
Okay. Okay, I'll do one thing. 7:15.
sir, it's fine.
Okay,
Yeah, sir.
7:15. And then if I'll try to finish the syllabus, it takes a little time. We can extend for 15 minutes like that. Are you ready to bear with that?
So
Okay, just I'll try to finish the syllabus. And anyway, I'll revise the total syllabus after the completion of your examination. Okay, ma? And I'll just revise the total syllabus according to need base. And I'll give assignment and I'll conduct examination on the total syllabus. Right, Amma?
yes, sir.
Right. I'll do one thing. I'll give 2 papers. I'll conduct examination non-core data 1 and core data 2 papers. Right? Huh? Right, Amma. Next, coming to hemi-core data. You tell me one thing. Are you comfortable with my teaching? Amma?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Very good. Hemi-core data. See, hemi means half coordinates. Half coordinates. Hemi means half coordinates. So previously they were placed in chordata as a separate subphylum. Why they included like that, I'll tell you. See, usually they are small worm-like complete marine. Very, very important. They're complete marine worm-like animals. First point, complete marine worm-like animals, worm-like. Complete marine worm-like animals. And body is divided into proboscis, collar, and trunk. Aman, see, this is pharynx. And all these are gill slits. This is mouth, buccal cavity, and a small projection arising from buccal cavity is called stomochord. This is called stomochord. This is called stomochord.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you explain this again? I did not understand the
Yeah.
structure.
Okay. This is the total body of animal. And you can see the same picture in your textbook. There you can find 3 regions of body. The anterior part is called proboscis. Second part is called collar. Third part is trunk. So the body is having 3 regions: proboscis, collar, and trunk. Okay, ma? And this is alimentary canal. See, this is mouth. Mouth opens into buccal cavity. Buccal cavity leads into pharynx. And the pharynx is having gill slits, where exchange of gases takes place. And look at here. This is a buccal cavity. The buccal cavity has a dorsal projection. Projection means outgrowth. That is called stomochord. Stomochord. It looks like a notochord. And in olden days, the scientists they thought this structure is a notochord because, like chordates, they're having gill slits. Like chordates, they have a notochord-like structure. It shows some of the features of chordata. Hence, previously it was placed in chordata. Later, the scientists they finally concluded that this is not a chordate. And what they thought a notochord is not a true notochord. It is a simple outgrowth of a buccal cavity, what we call it as stomochord. Stomochord. Now, very important, stomochord is similar to notochord, but that is not a true notochord. Hence, it was separated from chordata and now placed under non-chordata. But still, it shows the characters are both non-chordates and chordates. As it shows the features of chordates and non-chordates, the name given as connecting link, very important. Connecting link. So who is a connecting link between chordates and non-chordates? Hemichordata. As it shows half chordate characters, the name given as hemi. Hemi means half, not true chordate. It shows the features of both non-chordata as well as chordata. Hence, it is a connecting link between chordata and non-chordata.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in the textbook, it's written that hemichordates have a rudimentary structure. So what does that mean, sir?
Rudimentary means initially developed or somehow underdeveloped structure. A rudimentary structure, read those lines.
Hemichordates have a rudimentary structure in the collar region called
In the
stomochord.
collar region. See, this is a collar region. It has a rudimentary structure. Yes, continue.
Called stomochord, a
Yeah, this
structure
is
similar to
stomochord.
notochord.
Stomochord, which is?
Similar to notochord.
Yes, similar to notochord. Because of that reason, initially it was placed in chordata.
Sir, so this
But finally,
stomo.
it was clear that that is not stomo. What is meant by stomo? Already I told you, stomo means mouth. Chorda means a chord. As it is related to buccal cavity or mouth, the name given as stomochord. Once it was thought that this is a notochord, but this is not notochord, hence it was separated and placed in a separate group.
Sir, so this stomachord is present in the collar region, so not the
Collar region.
proboscis.
It starts from collar region and project in.
Okay, sir.
Look at that. The origin is from collar. Okay, na? As they thought this is a notochord, it was placed in chordata as a separate phylum. Later on, it was clear that that is not a notochord, that is simply a projection of buccal cavity. Right, coming to the features. It's a small worm-like structures found in marine, complete marine animals. What are the body divisions? Proboscis, collar, and trunk. Coming to circulation, circulation is open type. A respiration by gills, found in gill states. Excretion by, see, a special gland found in proboscis. This is called proboscis gland. This is called proboscis gland. A special gland called proboscis gland. Proboscis gland. And sexes separated. Fertilization external. Development indirect. Example, belanoglossus, saccoglossus. Belanoglossus and saccoglossus. Belanoglossus and saccoglossus. Belanoglossus and saccoglossus. This is about hemichordata. Okay, na? Right, next. So with this, we completed total non-chordata phylums. Now let us see chordata. Last phylum. In this, we have different classes. Amma, what is chordata? Those animals who are having notochord are called chordates. Already we discussed. What are the fundamental chordate characters, you tell me? What are the fundamental chordate characters?
They have pharyngeal gill slits.
Notochord. Number 2, notochord. Number 3, pharyngeal gill slits. Notochord. Notochord. Gill slits. and this is anus, and this is post anal tail. Post anal tail. That means tail present behind the anus. So the name given as post anal tail. I'll repeat once again. Chordates are having three fundamental chordate characters. Number one, notochord. I told you, derived from which germ layer? Mesoderm. Nerve cord derived from which germ layer? Ectoderm. And gill slits are derived from ectoendoderm. And there is a post-anal tail. Besides, what are the other characters present in chordates? Same. Triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, organ system, coelomates. So like non-chordata, every time there is no need to repeat these points: triploblastic, bilateral symmetrical, organ system, coelomates. And circulatory system is closed type of circulation. Closed type of circulation. Closed type of circulation. So triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, organ system, coelomate, closed type of circulation. These are the features of chordates.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, what is dorsal hollow nerve cord made?
Yeah, I'll tell you. This is notochord. It is solid. It gives support to the animal. Dorsal too, that means above notochord, there is a hollow tubular nerve cord. Hollow means cavity. See, that hollow cavity is filled with the cerebrospinal fluid. I think you might know what is cerebrospinal fluid, found in brain. And look at here, this nerve cord, during the course of evolution, it differentiates into anterior brain and posterior spinal cord. The same notochord in higher animals develop into anterior brain and posterior spinal cord. But in some higher animals, this notochord is lost and develop into vertebrae, which surround, see, they surround nerve cord as a vertebral column. Okay. And when you look at the differences, look at the textbook differences. Non-chordata, chordata. Non-chordata, notochord present. Chordata, notochord, sorry, chordata, notochord present, non-chordata, notochord absent. Number two, nerve system is having hollow dorsal tube-like structure in chordata. In non-chordata, nerve cord is, I think you know, nerve cord is solid, double, ventral. Very, very important. Note down. Nerve cord is solid, double, ventral. There in chordata, not nerve cord is single, hollow, dorsal. Here, double, solid, ventral, non-chordate. Okay, ma'am. Next, gill slits present in chordata, absent in non-chordata. Horse anal tail present, absent. And one more important point, heart is dorsal in non-chordata, ventral in chordata. These are all differences. And now this chordata is divided into 3 subphyla. Urochordata, cephalochordata, and vertebrata. 3 subphylums. Urochordata, cephalochordata, and vertebrata. Urochordata, cephalochordata, and vertebrata. And these 2 are commonly called as protochordates. Means proto means first. Protochordates. And both groups are exclusively marine. Both groups are exclusively marine. Very, very important. Protochordates means first or primitive chordates, and all are exclusively marine. Then coming to the special features of urochordata. Cephalo. Amma, what are the common features in both the complete marine, commonly called as protochordates? Look at the diagram given in textbook. Assyrian is given. It's a sessile form. And here, a fish-like animal is cephalochordate.
Sir, which diagram, sir?
This is Assyrian. In textbook, it is given urochordate. This is urochordate. And this cephalochordate. Example, Assyria. It is given in textbook. Example for cephalochordate. Branchiostoma. Other name, Amphioxus. Other name, lancelet. What is lancelet? It is like a javelin throw. I think, have you seen javelin throw instrument? Javelin throw. It looks like javelin throw sticks, hence it is called lancelet. Lancelet. I think you might have heard that ancient man used to kill the animals by using lancelet. It's a stick. At the anterior part of the stick, we can observe a sharp blade-like structure. With the help of those structures, they used to kill the animals. Such instrument is called lancelet. It appears like that. Urochordata, cephalochordata. Now, what are the common features of both of them? Both together called as protochordates. Number 2, both are exclusively marine. Next, coming to the differences between uro and cephalo. See, in these animals, body is covered by a cellulose-like material. Very, very, very important. The animal with cellulose is urochordate. That cellulose-like material is called tunicin. There is cellulose-like material called tunicin. So the name given as tunicata, it is given. Tunicata. 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 What is tunicata? They have a cellulose-like material surrounding the body, which is called tunicin. Tunicin. As their body is covered by tunicin, the name given as tunicata. Tunicata. And one very interesting thing, adults are sessile, they cannot move. And here the larva is called tadpole. I think you might have listened this word. Tadpole is the characteristic feature of frog. You remember that? See, in larval stage, we can find gill slits, nerve cord, but notochord is confined only to tail region. Very, 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 very important. Notochord is found only in the tail of larva, in the tail of larva. Hence the name given as uro. What is uro? Uro means tail. Chorda means notochord. As the notochord is confined only to tail of larva, the name given as urochordate.
Sir, can you repeat those again?
Yes. In these animals, adults don't have any notochord. Notochord is lost during the development or metamorphosis. But notochord is confined only to tail of larva. As the notochord is confined to tail, means uro, the name given as urochordata. But during metamorphosis, what is metamorphosis? Changing. During metamorphosis, it lost notochord, nerve cord, only character retained in adult is gill slits.
So the larva has nerve cord also.
Yeah, larva has nerve cord, notochord, only to tail, and gill slits are there. But during metamorphosis, it lost its tail completely. So notochord is lost. Nerve cord is degenerated. Only the structures retained throughout life, gill slits. So we cannot confirm a urochordate as a chordate simply by looking at the adult. Why? Why? Because the adult is not having any chordate features. And how you can confirm this is a chordate? Simply by looking at the larva. And here the larva with all the coded characters are developed into degenerated adult. This type of metamorphosis is called retrogressive metamorphosis. Retrogressive metamorphosis. Retro. What is meant by retro? Old or degenerated, not progressive. Reverse. Now, what is progressive metamorphosis? The larva with primitive characters develop into well-developed adult, isn't it? But this is the larva with well-developed coded characters are degenerating during course of development. Hence, it is called reverse development. Example, Acidia, Salpa, Doliolum. Acidia, Salpa, Doliolum. Acidia, Salpa, Doliolum. And coming to cephalopods, very important in these animals. See, notochord, neochord, gill slits, they remain throughout life. Right from the larva to adult. Hence, they are called typical chordates. They are called typical chordates. Typical chordates. Okay, Amma? And very, 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 very important. And here, the notochord extend up to head region. Very important. Actually, you will have notochord from here. But these are the animals where notochord extended into the head. Head is nothing but cephalic. Already we know. Cephalo means head. As the notochord extend into the head, the name given as cephalochordata. Cephalochordata. Example, branchiostoma, other names amphioxus or lancet. A simple similarity. Protochordates, complete marine. Differences, notochord found only in tail of the larva, notochord extend up to head, so urochordata, cephalochordata. That's all. Okay, ma? Simple differences. Next, coming to vertebrata. Vertebrata. In these animals, notochord is developed into vertebral column. So, very, very important. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Is the statement correct, Emma? Correct. Why? Because every vertebrate during development, they have notochord. Even human beings also we can find notochord, but during the growth of embryo, the notochord is replaced by vertebral column. So we can consider this as a true statement. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Why? Because urocephalo are not vertebrates. Why? Because they don't have vertebral column. But the rest of the vertebrates, they have notochord during embryonic development. So what are the peculiar features found in vertebrata? Number one, paired fins or limbs present. Number two, heart may be 2, 3, 4 chamber. Excretion by kidneys. These are the special features of vertebrates besides vertebral column. Number one, they have vertebral column made up of either cartilage or bone. You know what is cartilage? Cartilage or bone. Next, coming to the classification of vertebrata. The vertebrata is divided into two divisions. Aneta, Gnatostomata. Agnata. Gnata means jaws. Agnata, no jaws. Jawless, jarred. Gnatostoma. Amma, what is stoma? I told you. Mouth. Mouth is supported by jaws. Agnata, Gnatostomata. In Agnata, there is a single class called Cyclostomata. In Gnatostomata, we have two super classes. Pisces, tetrapoda. Look at the textbook. Pisces, tetrapoda. Pisces. Chondrichthyes, cartilaginous fishes. Osteichthyes, bony fishes. Tetrapoda. Amphibia. Reptilia. Aves. Mammalia. Chondrichthyes, cartilaginous fishes. Osteichthyes, bony fishes. Tetrapoda. Fishes swim with the help of fins. Fin. Tetrapoda move with the help of 4 legs. Tetra means 4. Poda means legs. And very important, you have to remember one thing. Aves and mammalia are homeotherms or warm-blooded animals. And the rest of the animals are poikilotherms or whole-blooded. Whole-blooded animals are poikilothermic. poikilothermic or cold-blooded animals. Okay, Amma? Now let us see these classes one by one. Today we'll see the last class, but the first class in vertebrata. Number one, cyclostomata. And while studying the vertebrate classes, you have to follow certain points like non-chordata. Here I'll tell you, same habitat, habit, body shape. If you are thorough with these points in sequence, you can answer any type of question from any class. Body shape, external skeleton, endoskeleton, locomotion, digestion, respiration, circulation, excretion, nervous system, sense organs, fertilization, development, examples. And we'll go all these phylums according to the sequence. Habitat, habit, body shape, external skeleton, internal skeleton, locomotion, digestion, respiration, circulation, excretion, nervous system, sense organs, fertilization, development, example. Can I clear the board? Yes. Now, cyclostomata. What is habitat? They are marine, but migrate to freshwater for spawning. This point was given in last para. What is meant by spawning? They go to freshwater for laying eggs. They are ectoparasites. They're ectoparasites. Number two, body is elongated, means extended. This is body shape. Next, scales absent. Skin consists of mucus glands. Mucus glands, sticky substance for easy passage in water. Mucus. I think you heard this term mucus. In elementary canal, we can find a secretion called mucus. Even in saliva also, we can find some mucus. marine but migrate to freshwater for spawning, for laying eggs. They are ectoparasites. Body is elongated. Next, external skeleton. Scales are absent. Skin is moist due to mucus glands. Next, endoskeleton. Endoskeleton. Endoskeleton is cartilaginous. It is given in textbook. Look at it. Cranium and vertebral column are cartilaginous. Amma, what is cranium? Brain box. Amma, you note down one point. Vertebrates are also called as craniates. Why? Because brain is protected by a brain box called cranium. Cranium. And protochordates are called acraniates, no cranium. Acraniates. Craniates, acraniates. Acraniates. Next. What is the next pointer?
Locomotion.
Very good. Locomotion by unpaid fins. See, these are all unpaid. What is meant by unpaid? Single. Unpaid fins are absent. Sorry, fins are present. But in textbook, it is given something different. You just read those lines. They're saying paid fins are lacking, or they lack, or they devoid of paid fins. Means they don't have paid fins, but have unpaid fins. You just read that line.
Their body is devoid of scales and paired fins.
Devoid of scales means, see, I have written scales absent. Okay, Amma? And you have to remember these points in sequence. If you know the order, we can write any point, and we can remember, we can recollect any point from any class. If you know how to dance, we can dance for any song, isn't it? If you know how to bat, you can bat for any ball thrown by bowler. Likewise, if you know the sequence, you can remember the points from any class. That's a simple technique to remember the classification. Unpaid fins present. Unpaid fins present means paid fins absent. Next point. Digestion. Mouth is round and suctorial. Round. This is mouth is round and helping, sucking without jaws. Suctorial without jaws. Suctorial without jaws. Next point. Respiration by 6 to 15 pairs of heel slits. So see, these are the 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits. Circulatory system is closed. Excretory system is not given. You know, excretion by kidneys. But they are monotelic. But actually it's not required, it's not given. Sexes separated. And very, already we discussed. The adults, they migrate to freshwater for spawning. After that, they die. The larvae, after metamorphosis development, they return back to their place where their adults used to live.
Sir, can you repeat?
Yeah. Fertilization, external. Development. Of course, those points are not required, it's not given. Don't be confused. Mature cyclostomes, they migrate to fresh water for laying eggs and sperms. After that, they die. The young ones undergo metamorphosis, means development, and again return back to ocean where their parents used to live. This is one of the wonder. We don't know how they know the route to reach their ancestral site. Example, petromyzon and mixin. Petromyzon is called lamprey. Mixin is called hagfish. This is about cyclostomata. With this, we'll end today's class. And tomorrow, Kanan sir. Kanan sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Good evening. Actually, we tried our level best to finish.
Yes, sir.
But